Hello guys, Brad here again, and I want to talk about Kerosene's fragrance Whips and Roses. He had sent me a sample of Whips and Roses and also a sample of Santalum Silvers, I think it was called. I haven't really, done much with that one yet, but I have just gotten done checking this one out. Um, I wasn't sure if I wanted to wear this one to work. For one thing, it wasn't a lot of juice in this one sample. It was like a smaller, I'm not even sure if it's a 1 ml sample or slightly less than 1 ml sample. The Santalum Silvers actually seems to have close to 2 mls in it. This one very small, and I wasn't sure how I felt about wearing a heavy rose fragrance to work either. So I thought, I'm just gonna wear this one on my day off, like today, a Saturday. I played some tennis. I was mowing some grass, took a shower. I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and put this one on? I put it in an atomizer sprayer. Completely exhausted the sample. Actually, I was out of juice before I could even get any on my right arm. I got my neck and my left arm, but I figured, for a sample impression, that's probably fine. This one, I believe this one is Kerosene's fourth release. You had Root Elements, then you had Copper Skies and Creature. That was like a dual release, and this one is the fourth one, I believe, Whips and Roses. And you can get this one at Min, New York. It's about $140 a bottle, I think. But the notes on this one, we have bergamot, blood orange, rose, jasmine, gardenia, orris, sandalwood, musk, and leather. And Kerosene describes this scent, a lady wearing leather goes into a flower shop and robs the flower shop. Um, So my initial thoughts about this fragrance before I even smelled it was that it was going to be very floral and feminine, and they kind of get sort of like a masculine, sort of a leathery feel to it. But I have to say that, in my opinion, it never really got overly feminine. It never really got overly masculine. It pretty much stayed unisex the whole time. Even now, after it's been on my arm for, I'd say, about 2.5 hours, I don't really get much difference from the dry down in the opening. Some people say it gets very leathery and musky in the dry down, and the opening is very floral and rosy. For me, um, I would say compared to other kerosene scents, this one's actually more of a safer scent. Even though it has like a rosy note in there, it actually reminds me of a lot of Bulgary's Porum Extreme. It has sort of like a bitter woodsy smell to it. This one might be a bit more floral, but I never really thought that the rose was like very strong here. And this is my first experience with a niche rose fragrance as well. I had never tried Rose 31, so I can't say if this one's a better or worse attempt than that one is in terms of roses or any of the other rose niche fragrances. But yeah, I would say that if I had a decant of this one, I would probably at least try to wear it to work. I'm not saying that I would necessarily want to buy the whole bottle, but yeah, it did kind of come across like the Bulgari to my nose. It had sort of like almost like a tea floral, almost like a green stick kind of a smell to it. Kind of like a very natural bitterness to it, not like a lot of the fruity florals that women wear are very sweet because they have amber and vanilla. This one's more of a natural fragrance. And so I can see women, that are sick and tired of like the sweetness of the fruity florals, kind of liking this one. Does a good job of capturing just maybe a nice walk through the woods. Maybe you got a rose bush over there on the side. But yeah, you definitely got the trees and the leafy twigs just budding. And yeah, it's not overly feminine, and I think it's kind of nice. Like I said, it's nice, but it didn't really blow me away. So I would say the smell for me is probably like a 7 out of 10. This would be a good fragrance for the spring, summer, just sort of something to like change things up a little bit, especially for people that like maybe um, either Bulgari's Porum Extreme or possibly even like some of the green tea fragrances like Bulgari Eau Extreme Vert, something like that. um, Hermes fragrances that have like a nice green leafy smell to them, perhaps. So yeah, this one's pretty good. Glad I had a chance to check this one out. Not nearly as daring or feminine as I expected. It's nice. I would probably wear it if I had a decant of it, but I don't think it's great enough to actually purchase myself. Um, for lovers of Bulgari Extreme, I'm not sure if anybody else agrees with me there, but I think that fragrance is kind of like that one, but this one's more floral. And I don't really even care for Bulgari Extreme that much either. I think this one maybe tones down the bitterness of like the petitgrain and with a little bit of that floral in there. So that's pretty much my thoughts here. Whips and Roses by Kerosene. Nice job. Thanks for everything, Kerosene, and I'll talk to you later.